Good evening, how you doing? As you probably know, I'm up in Aberdeenshire and doing some pine marten photography. Really, that's what I've been doing all week. But you probably also know I like to do a little bit of landscape photography as well. And I've got an absolutely stunning location where I've been trying to get some images for quite a while. And I'm probably going to fail again today, simply because I was hoping to do some astrophotography here today. And looking at clear outside, it says at midnight there's about 2% cloud. Well, seeing as it's about 80%, 85% at the minute, I'm not very hopeful, and it's 10 o'clock, just gone. So yeah, we've got 2 hours to clear. But what would you say if I said to you, I've brought you to Dracula's castle in Aberdeenshire? Well, just take a look at this. Right, so why do I call this Dracula's castle? Well, in the late 1800s, the author Bram Stoker visited this castle, and it is said that the castle was then the inspiration for Dracula's castle in his novel Dracula, which was published a couple of years later. And you can well believe it, because this is perched on the cliffs here. And what amazes me, I actually got a book on the castle, because it's quite spooky here at night on your own. Literally, there's nobody here. There's a massive bird colony down here, and as I turned up, there's fields to the other side. And I'm pretty sure a barn owl shot off, something white shot in front of me anyway. But yeah, it's pretty spooky here at night on your own. There's absolutely nobody else here, which it's not surprising, it's 10 o'clock at night. So if I keep sort of looking behind me into the side of me, yeah, I shouldn't really have watched The Nun before I came out, but I did. So yeah, if you see anybody dressed in a nun's attire, just let me know. Anyway, so yeah, this has then become known as Dracula's castle. And what I'm hoping to do today, but I'm not very hopeful actually, looking at clear outside, they said that at midnight that there should be about 2% cloud in this location. Well, it's more like 90+% at the minute, so I'm not hopeful that has any chance of clearing, to be fair. But I am going to stick around and just see if it does, because what I wanted to do, and what I've wanted to do for a while, is get a nice clear sky and do a bit of wide field astrophotography. And use the castle as the interesting foreground. Obviously you can't get more dramatic than that. Probably light it up with a torch, and obviously then have a long exposure and get all the stars behind it. And bearing in mind it's pointing north, you know, you always hope for potentially that you get northern lights as well, because you would see them from here. So anyway, that's the plan. I'm not sure it's going to happen looking at the amount of cloud we've got, but I'm going to sign off now and just sort of keep my wits about me. One thing I would say is, if you're going to do anything like this, I've visited this location about 4 or 5 times now in the daytime. This is on steep cliffs dropping down into the sea. What you don't want to do is make this your first visit at night time. I know exactly where I'm going to go to take this shot, and I know it's not, you know, close to the edge of the cliffs or anything, because what you don't want to do is be clambering around here at night. There are not just stories, but there are several people who've lost their lives on these cliffs here that I'm aware of. So yeah, always put your safety first, and yeah, don't do anything silly. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit, hopefully. Right, it's quite difficult to record anything here, but as I said, I don't think the cloud is going to clear. But when you look through the viewfinder on the camera, you actually find that the sky's quite interesting up there. It's still quite light over on the left, and then you've got this dark cloud coming in from the right, and what I'm trying to do is just slightly light the castle up a little bit with the head torch. So, I mean, the method for this is what I'm shooting at the minute is I'm ISO 200, funnily enough, and I'm shooting a 10-second exposure, and at f2.2. I'm not at the f1.8 that this lens can go down to, because you start to get quite a lot of vignetting and stuff when it's wide open, and that's what I seem to be getting the best results at. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting that, I'm setting that, I've got the camera on 2-second timer, so I'll set the camera going, and then what I'll do with this head torch is I'm literally just trying to get it on the castle on its own. When I was first doing it, every time I'm bringing the head torch up, it's lighting up the foreground in front of me, the grass, which I don't want. I just want some little highlights on the castle. So what I've been doing is shielding the light completely, and then just taking my hand off part of the head torch when it's on the castle, and then just getting different parts of it lit up. It looks quite effective, actually. So anyway, that's the method for this type of photography. You want to have a go, and yeah, it would have been quite easy to walk away tonight thinking, oh, there's no stars, there's no clear sky, I'm just going to leave it, but it is quite interesting up there. So I'm going to stop and take a few more shots, and I'll put them up at the end of this video. As I say, quite a simple technique. I'm just using the A7R3. I've got the Viltrox 24mm f1.8 on, shooting at 2.2 aperture, ISO 200, 10-second exposure. The only reason I've chosen 10 seconds really is because if there is any stars, I know at that they're going to be pinpoints in the sky. If you start to get to 25, 30 seconds, the stars will start to move and you'll get like a little line, which I don't want. But I think there are a few stars up there, but yeah, difficult to see at the minute. But yeah, see what you think to the images. As I say, this is just a quick bonus video because I'm up in Aberdeenshire, love this castle. And yeah, it's just nice to be up here doing this, all alone on the cliff tops. At least I hope I'm alone anyway. Anyway, I'll catch you next time for another one. Let me know in the comments below what you think to the images, and yeah, see you soon.